Ben Whittaker needed it to be incontrovertible. He needed to come back and beat Liam Cameron, and he needed that to be a blip on his record. And in a way it was, and in a way it wasn't. Nothing that Whittaker could do about that, really, because he set about with the jab early on. He finished it, folks, spoiler alert, in 2 rounds. But he started with that jab. Cameron clearly couldn't get in. He was not even looking at Cameron at the weigh-in and seemed to be setting about his task and thinking about it and all of that, which is great. He wasn't as florid. He set about head and body with that jab. It was partially a rangefinder, partially keep you away, and certainly, I think at the end of beginning of the second round, or the end of the first round, Cameron just showed he tried to get in, couldn't, tried to get in, couldn't, tried again, couldn't. That's what a jab will do for you. It sets up stuff and it keeps people away from you as well. So, Cameron had some success at the end of that first round. He got in behind the guard and moved forward. That's what he did in the first match. He moved forward. He didn't bully Whittaker. That would be the wrong word. He didn't do that. But what he did do was cut the distance and make Whittaker have to think and have to work. Whittaker wasn't florid. He wasn't doing his slipping, sliding, as my friend Chris Tidwell says, the tidster, I'm going to clown you. He didn't do that, nor did he not turn up. He knew what Liam Cameron was going to do. They prepared for it, perhaps this time, and he was there with his work. He, in the second round, set about that again, and clearly was thinking, I'll just keep jabbing him. I'll keep jabbing him and seeing if I can get behind that tight guard, and he was doing on occasion. Then a right hand got in. It was a lovely right hand. It was more or less right around the temple, as far as I could see. It bothered Cameron. Cameron stuttered a little, and then Whittaker was instantly on him with some very precise, he didn't just wail on him, he hit him with some really big right hands. Left hands and right hands, nothing coming back from Cameron. And the referee stopped it. Now that is something that Cameron didn't seem bothered about, because he's got a new lease of life, hasn't he, with Queensberry. I'm sure that Frank Warren will continue to push his career. And after all the troubles he's had in the past, that's great with the bans and all of that, or the ban and all of that. For Whittaker, there were some boos when it was announced. And did the referee stop this too early? I don't think anything was coming back from Liam Cameron. I think it was early in the fight, but I think with those precise and really tough punches that were raining down on him, it wasn't just, well, some of those are hitting and some of those aren't. They were all hitting him in the head. So I think the referee probably did the right thing. But that's not going to help Whittaker in the business of boxing, because you're going to say, well, really, we do need an incontrovertible performance from you. This wasn't it. And it's not his fault. He got him out there in 2. But that's because the referee stopped it. If he got him out there from a knockout in 2, people would still say, I don't know, have you got an engine? But it would be better for him. However, what more could Whittaker have done? I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I thought Whittaker would lose, and I was wrong. And I have to admit it. I thought he'd lose, and I know I was wrong. So there you go. He really set about Cameron, and he actually was workmanlike. That's usually a bad thing when you say that about someone, but when on this occasion with Whittaker, it was the right thing to do. He applied himself. And you see what happens when he does that? He's back on track. Probably. Ta-ta.